Welcome to my series Aatmanirbhar Bharat You. There is no growth without sustainability, and it is the most important factor for the future of our country. It begins with you, right here, right now. Hi, I'm Raina Singhwi Jain, author of the book The Golden Bird 2.0 Resurgence of India. Join me as I break this down for you in simple steps so you can not just be a spectator but an integral part of the growth story of your country. If we do not protect the environment and our natural resources, even the strongest and the most advanced economy will come to naught. Human civilization itself depends on the continued stability of our ecology and the natural world. If disaster strikes at this level, not only does it threaten a particular people, community, or nation, it puts in question the very existence of the human race. Our industries have thrived on natural resources for centuries, yet this has always come at a price: pollution, waste, and the degradation of land and water bodies. For a long time, this damage seemed negligible enough for us to ignore our own collective actions. But it has now come to a point of no return. It is clear that our global economic practices have irreversibly altered the environment. This is the very definition of climate change. And we are all living this reality. This threat applies to the entire world, and we must realize that all of our other efforts and victories will be futile unless we can safeguard our future by protecting our environment. Each of us must realize that threats that we face over the long run: detrimental health outcomes, unaffordable food prices, loss of employment and food insecurities, environmental and economic disasters. These cannot be what we want for the future of our great nation. India, where do we stand? Today, 7 of the most polluted cities out of the top 10 globally are situated in India, with Gurugram being ranked the single most polluted place on the planet. What's more, Delhi now ranks as the worst polluted capital city, and if we take a step back and look at the 30 worst cities in terms of this metric, 22 of them are from India. Whether the drastic changes in climate, the destruction of our lakes and rivers, the depletion of natural resources, or the volatile and frequent occurrence of calamities like cyclones and floods, all of these point to the debilitation of our environment. Demographic dividend and its impact on the environment. It is predicted that India will become the world's most populated country by the year 2024. With a high population, the demand for every resource, energy, electricity, water, food, and so forth, is going to grow manifold. Moreover, India's economy is highly susceptible to damage from climate change. So much so that it is said to have booked economic losses worth $79.5 billion in the last decade from this damage alone. How can you be an integral part of this system? Follow the thumb rules. For decades now, we have been told to follow certain basic steps to ensure we are doing our bit to save the environment, from saving of water, electricity to implementation of waste disposal techniques. These have been instilled into our minds for a very long time now. These are the absolute basic needs that must be fulfilled by every citizen to create a foundation of what we aim to achieve in the long run. Go the extra mile, file a petition. If you feel something is not right in your locality and needs immediate resolution, you can file a petition on platforms like change.org and awaaz.org. These platforms are absolutely free to use. If you have spotted something that is not so right and needs national level attention, there are sure to be several other like-minded people who would want to voice their opinions along with you. You can make a huge difference by filing a petition and letting the recipient know of the collective voice. So adequate steps can be taken to resolve the issue. Fix the mindset and take responsibility. I want to put forward some facts that I believe all Indians ought to be acquainted with. An average American produces 8 times more municipal solid waste than an average Indian. An average European produces far more e-waste than the average Indian. An average Indian uses fewer plastic materials than the average Westerner. In spite of this, the situation in India with respect to waste management is disheartening. The waste generated by urban India stands at 62 million tons annually. It is said that by 2030, these numbers could hit 165 million tons. And why just urban India? Even the least educated citizen in Western countries is taught how to segregate waste. Conversely, if we do not invest in such awareness initiatives, instead for most Indians, despite being aware, it feels like too much of an effort. Although intense training, liquidity and capital is needed to implement state-of-art waste management infrastructure, if all of us believe in the cause and contribute towards achieving it, we can change the face of India. We can completely transform its reputation and how it is perceived, and in doing so, bring in huge streams of revenue into the country. India is poised to soon become the most populated country in the world. It is our greatest responsibility on earth to ensure that we give sustainability the attention it deserves. This will mean making seeming sacrifices, evolving strong laws, engaging all citizens and looking past short-term interests. Those of us alive today are the best placed to be able to make a difference. We can play a truly historical role in creating a habitable future for those that come after us. This is a grave and noble responsibility that has befallen us, and we must rise to the occasion. To further this conversation, drop in your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. If you would like to participate and engage with the Aatmanirbhar Bharat You movement, do like, share and subscribe. If you would like to know more, do grab a copy of my book, The Golden Bird 2.0 Resurgence of India on Amazon.in.